Hey, Vanessa, thanks so much for your patience while I gathered information and checked so many different properties to make sure that what I am sending to you is actually available and we can do it over festive season. This is a big deal because Christmas in the Galapagos is one of the most busy times. And when it comes to boats, when it comes to accommodations, they sell out a year, 2 years in advance. So happy to be able to show you what we can do. So I'm going to share my screen and you can see the itinerary that I am sending to you. So you have a copy of this as well. So the idea is that you have a group of 8 or a group of 11. If you have 8, then it's using 3 rooms. If it's 11, then we're using 4 rooms in the hotel. So let me know if that works for you. I'll show you the breakdown that I have for each family. So the trip will start on December 22nd, 2023. And let me tell you that that is a Friday. So Friday, you will fly to Quito, Ecuador. We will pick you up. Same concept. Everything is private. So you have a State Adventures person at the airport with a sign with your names on it. Beautiful car to take you to your hotel. Beautiful hotel, the Plaza Grande, which is right in the middle of Old Town, really great historical building. And for the next 2 days, the 23rd and the 24th, a private guide will be with you to show you the best of Quito. So on that first day, we're going to do all the highlights of the city, the equator line, a fun workshop for the kids with chocolate. We're going to go maybe take the gondola to top of Pichincha volcano. We can go to Panaceo for beautiful views, have a beautiful lunch at the Crater restaurant right next to an active volcano. So lots of fun for everybody. And it's beautiful in architecture and history for the adults as well. And then on the following day, same guide, same driver will come back and show you a bit of Cotopaxi, which is the avenue of the volcano, which leaves the city behind and focuses on markets and indigenous communities. And of course, the volcano and the park itself, we're going to go to a ranch. There's going to be a typical lunch from Ecuador arranged for you here, the same way that the gauchos eat. And then we can ride horses if anyone is interested. If not, then you can do soft hiking. Lots to see and do in Cotopaxi. Then we return to Quito. December 25, that is the day that I have the private yacht in the Galapagos that we will be using for all of our excursions and transportation between the islands available. So it's a really important thing to consider that the boat is already booked and the hotels before December 25th. And then also once we're done with it on January 2nd, it's already booked for that week as well. So this is the week that I have requested a hold for your family so you can see exactly what we can do. So similar to the itinerary that I shared before, we're going to take you to the airport. We're going to take you to the Galapagos. We have assistants at the airport to make sure that everything, all the logistics are done for you, the entry fees, the ID cards, all the procedures, checking the customs, everything is done for you with our assistant. You go on the flight, 2.5-hour flight, and you're in the Galapagos. Once you're in the Galapagos, our Galapagos team kind of picks up all the services and will take you between the hotels, all the excursions, entry fees, and of course, transportation is all arranged for your group, regardless if it's 8 or 11, we will make sure you are all cared for. The hotels are our superior category hotels. So for example, Miconia Seaside Hotel in San Cristobal is one of the properties, one of the only ones with a pool. So it's really fun if you have kids involved in your trip, which your group does. And then all the excursions. So the trip will continue going to multiple islands, multiple excursions. And like I mentioned, the jewel of this trip is that it actually goes to Floriana and spends the night there, which I want to say 1 out of 20 boats will do that. So it's very unique, very remote, kind of exciting because you get to spend a night in these cabins, beachfront, beautiful views, wild turtles all around. It's a really fun adventure. Families absolutely love it. This is also one of the best places to go stargazing at night because there's no light pollution. So I think the kids, especially the teenagers, will feel like this is like a fun adventure. And this is the boat that I've mentioned. This boat is big enough to hold actually 20 people, but with the guide, we usually like to cut it off at 16. So even if you have 8 or even if you have 11, this boat is completely private for you. So this is how we're doing our excursions and this is how we're doing the transportation in between the islands. This is 3 levels. So there's, or 2 levels, mind you. So the main deck here, there's an inside area where we can relax, and there's a kitchen. There's the behind the kitchen is a big table where we usually have our meals when we're traveling back and forth, and when we're out on an island and we're going to have lunch. This is where we do it. And on top, of course, is a beautiful view and a sitting area for when we're transporting you from place to place. So a really great boat. I have done a boat like this with my own family, and we really enjoyed it because the substitute is a flight, so intercity, inter-island flights, or a ferry, which the ferries are very small, very tight. It's kind of like airplane seating. You're not moving, and the boat is open, exposed to the elements while you're really speedboating. And I have, in my 16 years, I've only done the ferry twice for my clients, and I regretted both times. They felt ill, they did not enjoy it. So I never sell the ferry because they're not regulated. But these boats are. This is a family boat that has been in the Galapagos for as long as I have been in the Galapagos, so more than 16 years. This family runs operation here, so I know your family would be in good hands with them. So here's another hotel on Isabela Island, the Iguana Crossing, really great oceanfront hotel, kind of made for families because you're right on the beach. You can really explore, do sunrise or sunsets on the beach, and it makes a big difference because the Galapagos are not like a beach destination. You're not really going here to lay out on the sand because you're doing all these excursions and adventures. So it's really nice to be able to squeeze in a beach morning or an afternoon. Then we're continue to Isabela, which, Isabela is a big deal on an itinerary because only the boats that go for 7 nights will stop here. So we incorporated it because with our private yacht, we can do whatever we want. We've built this itinerary ourselves. So we made sure to include Isabela because it is so important to the archipelago. And of course, you end in Santa Cruz, which is the main village, the main island. The largest population of the tortoises are here in the highlands. It's really beautiful. And I love the Icala Hotel because it's smack in the middle of the village. So after traveling through all the islands, it is really nice to end up here. You can walk outside right to the town and the market and all the little restaurants. You can even take the little boat to the local beach. So there's lots to see and do on Santa Cruz itself, which we will, of course, tackle with our own private guides as well. So all the touring that's on this itinerary is included, is with your own private guide. And January 1st, after our 7 nights in the islands, we're going to take you back to the airport, fly you to Quito, and then you can connect with your flight home. So it's quite an adventure. Let me know your thoughts. If we have 8 people, then I have 3 rooms. First room for 2 adults, second room for 2 adults and a child, and the third room for our 3 teenagers. And that will be a group of 8. And it's about $59.98 per person. So when I compared it to what I sent you before, it's like almost $2,000 cheaper because we're doing a group private just for you. We're trying to get you the best rates. These are actually this year's prices for next year because we're so excited to just get it confirmed for you, take care of it for you. And that way our holiday season is also now booked. And we're so excited that people are coming to the Galapagos. Now, if you have 11 people, then we suggest 4 rooms, 2 adults and the little baby, 2 adults and the 11-year-old, and then 3 kids, the teenagers in the last room. Now, if the 11-year-old decides that he or she wants to spend the nights with the 3 kids, no problem. This is just how I managed it to make it the best priced, because a quad room would be more expensive than a triple room and so on and so on. This is why I'm here, all the logistics behind the scenes. I made sure that we're doing it the cheapest way for your family, or the most economical, the one that makes most sense. So group of 11, it goes down about $500 per person, so $55.96 per person. And I just did that as a total. Your families can split the cost any way you'd like. And that includes all your internal flights, that yacht private just for you with the whole crew on board, all the hotels that I've mentioned, the Quito transfers, touring, transportation, all of those excursions that we spoke about. Everything's included, including your entry to the Galapagos, ID cards, and so on and so on. What's not included is your international flights, and then a few meals scattered throughout that are not included, because I like to give you some flexibility, especially with kids. You don't want to have all your meals prearranged because they don't eat all the meals. Sometimes you just want to grab a pizza in the village. So let me know your thoughts. I'm sending it to you right now. We have it on hold. Today is Monday. We have it on hold till Wednesday. So if you could give me an idea if your family likes this product, if you want to make any tweaks to it, there is some flexibility. Let me know. I'm sending it over, and I'm so excited for you to have a peek. Thank you so much. Happy travels.